So, my dear student, today I will be teaching you the international organizations. So, as I have taken a chapter 2, the polity part of social science. So, here the main objectives or the main points that to be discussed. The objectives of the UNO and its organs, that's very important. Most of the questions comes from on this part. The United Nations and the World Peace, the United Nations and Human Rights Commissions in India. And so first of all, I think I will discuss it in part-wise. First of all, I will be discussing about the objectives of the United Nations and its organ. That is very important. So how United Nations, that UNO, came into form. That is one of the questions that rises, that how United Nations, that the need for that United Nations came. So as the reason is given here, after the World War I, 1914, the League of Nations was formed to ensure world peace and to stop wars and features. So actually before UNO, an organization was formed and that was named League of Nations. And that League of Nations was formed with an objective that was to ensure world peace and to stop wars, so that it can propagate peace and it can stop the war in future. But what happened? Because of its failure in the World War II, and as we know that the Second World War broke out in 1939, so thereby we came to know, or we just that League of Nations was not that successful, or it failed to do its work. The magnitude of the devastations brought by the Second World War made the world population so scared that they restarted thinking about the formations of another world organization. So, as the main objective of League of Nations was to ensure peace, but as ultimately we all know about the harsh consequences of the Second World War. So people are so scared that the League of Nations could not work so well. So they thought of to form another organizations that might work properly. So as a result, another world organizations, namely the United Nations organizations, was formed on 24th October 1945. So very important questions that comes, that when was United Nations organizations, that is UNO, was formed. So you have to remember the date, very important, that is 24th October 1945 it was formed. Altogether, 51 states put their signature to the UN Charter of the San Francisco Conference, and thus the UNO came into being. So 51 states came together, and in San Francisco Conference, UNO came into being. So since the birth, obviously we know now that how the power of UNO is, right? Even we know that it has been working. They are doing their job smoothly. So no doubt there is a fear, we will discuss it later, that no doubt the fear of Third World War is going on, but still UNO is able to do a bit of their job. The people of the world observe the day of birth of the UNO, that is the 24th October, as the UN do all over the world. So as MCQ based questions comes, so you have to remember that when the UNO day is observed, it is observed on 24th October. 24th October is celebrated as UN Day. At present, with 193 member states, the UNO has been engaged ceaselessly for the peaceful solutions to all the disputed issues for which the world people have been extending support to it. So many of the country, they have been coming the member states, they have been joining, and now as where 51 was there, now it has been increased to 193. So the head office of the UNO is situated. Another important question that comes is that the head office of the UNO is situated at New York. So where is the head office? The head office is of UNO is at New York in the United States of America. That is also one of the important questions. So as we have discussed it, now we have discussed the main that how the UNO came into being. Now the main important topic or the main important questions that comes, that how many articles are there? 111 articles are there in UN Charter, And most importantly, the objectives are very important. That the major objectives here is to maintain international peace and security. So the first of all, the main propaganda or the main objective is to maintain international peace and security. Second is that to establish friendship among all the countries of the world on the basis of equal rights and self-determinations. So here this statement, like, now it is questionable to some extent. Now no matter, their objective is to establish friendship, but to some extent UNO has also failed. Don't write all those things, but as per now we can see that so many countries are having war now. So, on the basis of equal rights and self-determinations, UNO aims to establish friendships among the countries to bring about the solutions of the existing economic, social, and cultural problems and disputed issues on the basis of international cooperation. So, another important point is that to find the solutions related to the social, economic, cultural problems that are going on and disputed issues. So, and how it can be possible through international cooperation, so that each and every individual person becomes able to enjoy human rights and fundamental rights, so that every individual can enjoy human rights and fundamental rights. UNO aims to bring out solutions to perform as a center of excellence to establish good and cordial relations among various countries. And another is that to perform as a center of excellence so that they can establish a good and cordial relations among the other countries. So these are the very important points, and if you write the 4 points you will get the full marks. So thereby we will end up here today, and next class we will discuss about the principles and the organs. Thank you. Keep subscribing. Thank you.